Hello, people. This is Good Natured Kitty here with Shadow. He's so crabby. Isn't he cute? Okay. Anyway, um, so I'm back once again, and this will probably be the last Saturday that I'll be recording, at least for a little while. I don't know. You never know what might happen. Um, I'll be working different shift than I was at work, so I'll have to accommodate for that. I'll probably be doing my streaming on Thursday instead. Um, and so some of the things that happened this week, I got an interview. Um, and I think it went okay. Like I can never be sure just how well it went. Oops. Cause I don't know. Like I don't know if you guys go through the same thing, but when I go through an interview, like after I'm done, I'm always like, oh gosh, I should have said this or should have said that. There's one question where I kind of froze up. I was like, hmm. I mean, I knew there was instances for what they're mentioning, but I couldn't think of them. so, um, so yeah, like otherwise, like I think it'd be a good job if they do hire me. The only down part would be that I'd have to get up really, really early. Like it starts at 5 a.m. So I'd have to go bed really early too, and I wouldn't get to see my husband much on days that we both work. But then he has 3 days off, and two of them are on days that I'd be working. And so on those days, I could see a little more of him, and I could see lots of him on Sunday if I happen to get this job because I'd be off on the weekends, and I chose like the 5 hour shift or the 5 day shift for 4.5 hours a day because you get a choice. But it'd be nice just working about only around 20 hours each week. Actually, I calculated it'd be 22 and a half, I guess. And that'd be nice change because then I could have time for other things. I can do my artwork more often, and I'd love that. Um, let's see, and then I got an appointment in to see a dermatologist, an actual dermatologist, so I can get a better idea of what to do about the rosacea. The treatment that I had gotten from that other doctor was helpful and everything. I just want to be sure to have an actual dermatologist set up to get a better idea of what I'm dealing with. And I've been trying to read up on rosacea a little bit to get some ideas of what I can do on my side. Seems like a lot of the things recommended are things that I kind of been doing. It recommends cutting out processed foods, pop, and there's some other things, but I can't remember what all. But oh, oily foods like fried foods, and those are things I've cut out of my diet. So pluses on those. um, and then it talked about the stuff that I guess is inside milk, so it might be good that I've really cut back on the dairy. Um, I can't remember exactly what it was called. Starts with a C. I think it was like spelled Caseon or something. And so I have cut down on dairy a lot since I started eating healthier. I do well right now I'm doing cashew milk. I was doing almond milk, but I actually like the taste of cashew milk a little better. I'll have to see which has better health benefits, but honestly, I love cashew milk. Um, I've been doing tofu cheese, which isn't as bad as I thought it'd be. It actually kind of tastes like Swiss, so awesome. And whenever Lucas wants to get a pizza, I do like a gluten-free, cheeseless pizza with veggies on it. Just veggies, no meat. Um, it's a little pricey, but sometimes they have deals to where I can bring the price down a little bit, so that's good. And so yeah, like the one thing recommended that I haven't cut out though is gluten. I'm like, oh dear. But I read up on it a little more, and they are showing that there's been significant links between rosacea and gluten. But they recommend you try cutting out gluten for 6 weeks and see how it goes. And I remember some time ago I did try cutting out gluten, and it didn't seem to make a whole lot of difference to my health. So I'm not sure that it's something I really need to do. It's still something I'm willing to mull over, and I might talk to the dermatologist about it. But just given the fact that, I got really acquainted with like gluten-free products, Udi's is really good. I highly recommend Udi's for those who can't like eat gluten. They have like Udi's bread and pizza and stuff like that. I think they even have cookies. No, that might have been someone else who had the gluten-free cookies. No, they had cookies. I think I can't remember. And then I used a lot of Red Mill stuff too. Like they have like gluten-free things that you can get from Red Mills. Um, but yeah, I'll talk to the dermatologist about that and run the whole thing by him or her. Hopefully that's not a doctor who's just set on, okay, we're going to prescribe you something and just take it and you'll be fine sort of thing. I'd rather have a doctor who says, okay, so we're going to give you medication, but what we'd like you to do as well is cut out this and this and this. I like that because then it shows like that they do realize that it's not just something to where you treat the symptoms and leave it lay, um, but rather they recognize that there's foods that can make the condition worse. I've been trying to read up on what causes rosacea. Some think it is a gluten intolerance. Others think it's genetic. All they know is it's caused by your vessels in your face. Like they kind of, yeah, I don't know. Um, a lot of it seems to be due to nerves too. Like a lot of the causes of rosacea, and it usually starts with around the age of 30, I guess. But mine started at 26, so it's like, yay, it got an early start on me. so, uh, I'll be glad to get rid of it though, because I know medication does help me with rosacea. I mean, I know you guys saw what a difference it made when I was taking it the previous week or previous couple weeks ago, I think it was. It does help for sure. Um, but yeah, like it'll be it'll be nice to get some advice and everything. And maybe even on soaps. I did change my face cleaning soap to that bee stuff, Burt's Bees, because it's supposed to be all natural, and it's kind of interesting when I use it because my face like tingles. It's kind of that tingly feeling you get when you use toothpaste sort of thing, just a nice tingle. I don't know, like I'm sounding goofy, I bet. But anyway, um, uh, I didn't get a lot of organizing done or didn't do much of anything as far as like looking into new recipes. I tried a couple of new things, but nothing too adventurous. Had some swordfish, which is really good, and just made my husband chicken that day because he's not much of a fish eater. Um, but this week I've been thinking a lot about Christmas and like traditions. I actually got some mixed nuts and a nutcracker because that was a huge tradition in my home to crack nuts, and I used to love the hazelnuts the best, and I still love hazelnuts. They're so good. I, I used to eat them all the hazelnuts out of there. Um, Walnuts would be about my last go-to because I loved walnuts and everything, but they can have the kind of a bitter taste sometimes. Um, but when I was a teenager, and I just remembered that today, I used to do this trick where, with the nutcrackers, you get one nutcracker and two picks in a package. I used to do this trick where I'd use the pick to slowly open the walnut, and I'd try to get it to do two perfect halves. Sometimes I'd do really good at it. Sometimes I'd break the other half. And I tried that today to see if I could still do it. Because, like, I'd make little mice out of the walnut shells, basically. Cute little mice. I tried that today to see if I could still do it. Not so much. It's been too long, I guess. I broke the heck out of that shell trying to. You have to wedge it in just right and go back and forth. I think you have to be really slow about it. And I just it didn't work. I might practice it just out of like the nostalgia, I guess. I don't know. Just to feel young again, remind myself of things I used to do. Um, I've been thinking about cookies too. Like cookies was a huge tradition in my family, baking cookies. My grandma would also do chocolate covered cherries. Seeing as how I'm trying to eat healthier and everything, I'm gonna have to get real creative about how to work around that because I want to do that tradition. I want to make cookies, but I don't want to slip. I don't want to start eating unhealthy because I imagine a lot of people probably lose their self in trying to diet during the holidays. And then they try to pick up again maybe around New Year's. I don't know. But I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to lose focus. At the same time I do want to enjoy Christmas, so I know there's certain recipes you can get where they use, for example, applesauce instead of sugar or honey. I know you can use almond flour, and I actually have a little bag of almond flour in my cupboard. I won't make a whole lot of cookies. I'll probably take any recipes I have and cut them in half or something. And I'm just gonna see what healthy recipes I can do. I remember one time watching a thing where they made peanut butter cookies in a lot healthier manner. So I might see if I could find something like that. Um, just look into all sorts of alternatives. And I know I won't be able to recreate sugar cookies, and that was a huge tradition in our house. Sugar cookies was huge. My mom would make them by the dozens. She had this huge, like, Tupperware. It's like about just oh, you can't see that, but it was huge, and she would fill that thing full. And she had the good cookie cutters, not the plastic ones that make the decoration because those can be frustrating. She had she had a few of those plastic ones, and she used to curse them because like it wouldn't always come out so nicely. We liked to use her metal ones better. Like those were the good ones. Those were the ones where you can get a better shape much easier and everything, and we loved that one. She had a variety of different cookie cutters, but I won't be doing sugar cookies as much as I love the shape they make. Maybe I can find like something to where I can still make a shape with the cookie, but where maybe it'll be healthier. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to do frosting decorations even so though. But that's okay. This is all for the best, like trying to overcome my addictive desire for sugar all the time and just trying to keep things healthier. It's good. It really is. Um, so I'll see what alternatives I can do. And I'm thinking today I'm gonna start. No. Yeah, I can't believe it's already Saturday. I just It just threw me off just now. But today I'm going to be doing some decorations, but first I want to look for a table. I've been wanting to get a table for the area we have set up for the dining room, and we've been putting it off and putting off, and I've been really strict on Lucas lately because he's been like talking about things he wants to get for the computer, and then he started going on about wanting to replace the Xbox, which we really need to do. And I'm like, table first. Every single thing he mentions, like he says, I need to get a different processor because the video card I got, it's running the computer a little warm. I'm like, table first. He said, I want to get coolant. Table first. I never knew you could get coolant for a computer, but okay, I guess. And just yeah, I keep saying that. So like he even got to the point where he started looking up tables because I think he's realized how serious I am and he wants to get a Walmart table and I'm like I've done Walmart furniture. It doesn't work out so well most of the time. I mean, I've had a couple successes with Walmart furniture and my husband loves to go to Walmart for furniture. It's like, it's kind of a hit or miss, honestly. Like we had a kitchen cart that worked okay. Um, it seemed to be a pretty good cart. I kind of wish I would have kept it, but I gave it to his sister um when we moved up. But oh well, I'll I'll just have to get another kitchen cart at some point because I don't have much counter space in the kitchen. Um, And then the other success was the mattress that we had gotten from Walmart. Believe it or not, you could actually get a good mattress from Walmart. Weird, right? Um, but biggest misses we had with furniture was when he decided to get this um entertainment center and desk, and they both were the same brand and same look basically. Oh my gosh, they were ugly and terrible. Okay, so the way the box made it look is like there'd be these metal poles and like the black boards and stuff like that. You open it up, it's plastic, plastic poles, and you had like the the boards for it. Oh, they were terrible. Just like, well, obviously it would have been particle board, of course, Walmart, but it eventually got to a point where it's actually bubbling at the edges, and it looks so awkward. Like it just started bubbling, and just the bubbles got worse, and the furniture, the pieces just look so cheap and so terrible. So I've been weary of Walmart finds, and Lucas, he loves them. He It's his go-to, as I said. And my go-to is thrift store. Thrift store's affordable, and sometimes you can find some really good deals. Problem is, you gotta hit it at the right time, because you're the thing that you really, really desire to be there might be there at a time when you happen to be working or you aren't thinking to go look on that day. You just want to relax or just something along those lines. And I've been checking the thrift stores off and on. I found a couple tables that I felt might work, but they weren't quite what I needed. And there was always some sort of issue. Like the first one was turned out to be a coffee table, had felt in the middle, a little awkward. But otherwise, if it wasn't for the felt in the middle, it would have been a good table. It was kind of a small one, is enough to fit about 2 to 4 people, and that would have been the right size for Lucas and I. The second one I saw was really interesting. You can extend it out to fit probably about 6 to 8 people. It had 3 leaves to it basically, but it had this really awkward part hinged on, I guess it's for like when you didn't have the leaf boards in, you fold it over, but I wasn't sure what else to do with it when the leaves were in and everything. Because if you had it up, it would only take up half the table. If you had it down, it kind of bent a little bit at an angle, and I couldn't find a piece to put under it to keep it from bending like that. And it was just like it's a pretty big piece, so it wasn't so much a thing to where you just kind of have it out, and even if it bends a little, it's fine. It seems like it almost probably make the poor table teeter over or something. And then plus the leg room's awkward too because they have this kind of decorated thing that kind of bows over, and it makes for a little room. But I'm gonna be looking around today to see what I can find. If we have to, we'll go for the Walmart tables that Lucas suggested because I told well he knows I hate particle board, and he found one that's metal with a marble top and another one that's gold metal with a glass top. I'm thinking no on the gold one. I don't want a glass top, especially since I plan to do painting on whatever table we get. I'll go with the marble top one, although I don't know. It looks nice in the picture, but I don't know what it'll look like when we actually get it. Because you'd be doing it online, getting it online, so it could be the biggest piece of crud I've ever seen, for all I know. But if all else fails, I'll go for it, and it could always be just a temporary fix. But I'll be looking for that, and I'll get decorations up this week. I'm looking forward to the fact that December is hit and Christmas is coming. This will be our first Christmas in this cute little apartment of ours, so it'll be exciting. Um, oh, I don't know if I told you guys last week, but I did get my exercise ball up and filled up with air and stuff. I've been using it off and on, and it's been fun using it for exercise. I may eventually have to get a new one because I noticed the thing kind of deflates here and there. Um, and it's kind of a small one. I would like to get a bigger exercise ball, um, one that's a little further from the floor. I think it'd be easier to do some of the exercises you can do with them that way. We'll see how that goes. But um, but yeah, just this week I'll just look into cookies anyway. Uh, and I'll just get everything ready for Christmas. It'll be exciting. Um, oh, I also want to tell you guys I found this really cool thing at one of the stores that I was at. You can actually make your own peanut butter at the store that I went to, and I don't remember if you guys, well, I don't know if you guys watched my last video from last week, but I was talking about how my husband he doesn't always eat the healthiest, and I'm trying to get him into eating healthier. Um, I was surprised by his reaction to when we went to make that peanut butter. It was actually really cheap to do it. It's cheaper than getting a jar of it. And when I went home that night, I had gotten myself some organic jelly, and I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it was real fun. And it turns out that he really, really loves the peanut butter. So he even took it to work, and he was just munching on that peanut butter. And plus, we've been talking a little bit about what I had mentioned about him not always eating healthy. He has been making strides, and he wanted to point that out to me because sometimes I throw it to him and I say, I want you to stop eating so unhealthy. And I had brought it up again when he went to get himself the $6 pizzas. They used to be $5 pizzas, but yeah, um, at Caesars. I mentioned, Lucas, I just want you to start eating healthier. And he says, well, I've been cutting back on pop and stuff like this. I gotta give him some credit on that. And I think as long as I keep making some healthier meals for him on my end, it'll encourage him as well with that. But just knowing like each time that I see something to where I can get him to eat healthier, it's really encouraging for me. So the peanut butter thing is kind of a small thing and everything, but it encourages me to know that there is yet another option that'll be better for him. That'll kind of pull him away from some of the things that he does eat. And I even got him some applesauce too, unsweetened is what he likes, and he's been eating on those like crazy. So that's good too. And he's it is does bum me out that he still drinks pop, but it is nice to know that he is cutting back on it. Um, he's been drinking Gatorade, although I think it'd be better if he did water. You know, Gatorade's probably better than pop, I imagine. So that's good. I'm just gonna keep trying to encourage him. Try not to bicker at him so much because I need to give him credit where credit is due and just encourage him when he makes the right choices. I think it can be difficult though. Um, I just I've been happy with the changes that it's been making in my life, eating healthier and everything. It's been really nice because my depression has been a lot more manageable. I still have moments where I get kind of depressed, but I come out of it a little quicker. Um, I still have moments where I get really anxious too. It just seems to be more manageable. And I feel like it's not so much I feel like, I actually do have more energy since I've been eating healthier too. Um, I still get worn out every now and again, but I've been having more energy to the point where sitting at a desk job's been kind of boring to me, and I've been having to walk around and stuff. And well, it's nice just having those changes in my life, and I'm hoping my health continues to get better as I continue to do this. Maybe eventually my face will clear up too. Maybe I will try taking gluten out since I'm eating really, really healthy. Um, because back when I tried it the first time around, I was still eating fried foods and processed stuff, and I don't know, I don't remember if I was drinking pop at that time. I think I was. So maybe if I try taking gluten out again with the other things out, maybe it'll be a surefire way to clear up my skin alongside of whatever medication I'm given. Because I feel like that is something I'll probably just want to keep on the medication with. Um, I'd prefer not to have to be on medication my whole life for the condition, but I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Um, but anyway, that's about all I wanted to share for today. Next week I'll do my recording on Thursday. Um, and I'll just keep doing Thursdays for the time being. If I get that job that I had the interview for, I'll eventually have Saturdays off again. It has me off Saturday and Sunday, which is one of the many reasons I tried for the job. I do hope I get it, but we'll see. If I don't, then it wasn't meant to be, and I'll keep trying for different jobs, and I'm bound to get something eventually. Um, the interview is always the most nerve-wracking part. I mean, I hate filling out applications too, but just that interview, it's like, oh gosh, I gotta find a way to impress this person, and then I try to prepare by looking on Glassdoor to see what recommendations, it shows for the interviews that they ask and stuff. But they actually didn't show a lot of the same questions that I got asked, so it didn't work out quite as well as I thought it would to look that up. But yeah, anyway. But anyway, I thank you guys for watching. I will see you this Thursday, as it turns out. And bye bye.